There are instruments that produce sound, and there are others, very few, that seem to hold memory. The violin belongs to the latter. Its history does not begin with an exact date, but with an obsession, the human desire to imitate its own voice. For centuries, musicians searched for an object capable of crying, pleading, trembling, and screaming with the same fragility as the human chest. That search took definitive form in northern Italy, at the beginning of the 16th century, when wood ceased to be mere matter and became language. In Cremona, Brescia, and Mantua, luthiers worked almost like alchemists. They chose maple and spruce as one selects bodies for a ritual. They bent the wood over fire, tuned it by ear, not by number. The violin was born this way, not as a technical invention, but as an act of sonic faith. Unlike other instruments, the violin is neither placed on the ground nor blown into, it is embraced. It rests close to the neck, where the blood pulses. Perhaps that is why its sound feels so intimate, so dangerously human. For centuries, the violin grew in prestige, until it found the one who would take it beyond all reason. That man was Niccolò Paganini. Paganini did not look like a musician, he looked like an apparition. Born in 1782, his figure was spectral, tall, gaunt, pale-faced, with a feverish gaze. When he played, the audience did not applaud immediately. First came silence, then fear. No one understood how what they had just heard was possible. His technique defied anatomy. He played on a single string, broke the others in the middle of a concert, executed passages so fast the ear could barely follow them. Some claimed to have seen smoke rise from the stage. Others swore that when he played, his shadow did not move with him. Thus the legend was born, Paganini, the devil's violinist. In a Europe where genius was viewed with suspicion, it was said that he had sold his soul in exchange for his talent, that his mother had consecrated him to dark forces, that his violin was inhabited. Paganini never denied any of it. He knew the myth amplified the sound, and he understood something essential. The violin was not meant only to be played, it had to be invoked. But no spell works without the proper object. And Paganini's was one of the most extraordinary ever created, a Stradivarius. Antonio Stradivari was not a mere craftsman, he was a philosopher of form. His violins, built between the 17th and 18th centuries, possess an acoustic perfection that still baffles scientists and musicians today. It is not only the wood, it is the balance, the proportion, the silence contained within every curve. A Stradivarius does not age, it matures. The more it is played, the deeper its sound becomes. That is why its value is not measured only in millions, which it reaches, but in centuries. These are instruments that have survived wars, fires, and shipwrecks. True sonic relics. And, at times, witnesses to the end. In 1912, as the Titanic sank into the Atlantic, a group of musicians continued playing while the world tilted toward the abyss. They did not do it out of heroism, but out of something older, the certainty that music can bring order to chaos. We do not know whether any of those violins was a Stradivarius, but the image has been fixed in the collective memory as a perfect symbol, an instrument created for beauty accompanying humanity to its final moment. From the almost sacred workshops of Cremona to stages illuminated by suspicion and glory, from the demonic virtuosity of Paganini to music that defies death, the violin has always been more than an object. It is wood that remembers, a string that trembles for us, and a voice that continues to speak. Even when the world falls silent,